let's now go to Jack Hamm. And I have it here. He has a couple different approaches to heads that we're going to skip. Now, perhaps you've heard me say before, of the three anatomy masters, my favorite, I believe, is Jack Hamm, because of all the mnemonic devices, the tricks he uses. In spite of that, I take the liberty to disagree with him about this page. He takes the approach that many artists in anatomy books take, in which they say, start with an egg. Okay, now I'm drawing a bad egg on purpose. Why is that not a good idea? Why do I not agree that starting with an egg, because I'm sitting here going, okay, wait, that's not an egg, that's not an egg. The reason is because an egg is not a very simple shape. It's a very, again, mathematically, a very complex shape. Okay, so Jack Hamm does start out with an egg, and I don't think that's a good idea. Then on the next page, Harold and I were talking about this before we started this broadcast, he does this really in-depth sort of mathematical geometric thing with two circles. The problem is it's too many steps. This is not easy to remember. And Harold tells me he actually drew all of these, right? Mm-hmm. Do you remember it all? Mm-hmm. Good, he does. Harold's a genius. Ignore that question. Yeah, because I don't think that's very easily remembered. I mean, you'd have to do it over and over and again, and in my mind, to really cement it in. Plus, I'm not.
Oh, do I remember all the steps?
Yeah.
Not without looking at the book.
Yeah, right. Not without looking at the book, Harold says. Harold's coming clean now, admitting. Okay, now this one I think is worth learning. So let's do this together. Again, this is Jack Hamm, how to draw a human head from the side. Now, as you know, if you've been seeing some of my other broadcasts, we've already done a human head that, frankly, I think ours is better than his. But start with a square and divide this line into 4. I'm going to go ahead, I'm modifying his slightly. Divide this into 4. Divide this into 4. And divide this into 2, but that's confusing, so what the heck, divide that into 4 as well. Okay, so I've made that one change. What Jack says is, Jack Hamm, that is, start here and draw a curve that intersects with these 3 spots. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to go like this and like this. And then we come down to, oh, I could have gone under the 4th. There we go. So to me, that's not bad. That's memorable. The next thing he says is draw a curve from here to there. Now, see that there's a lot of subjectivity in that curve, like how far down you come, how steep is it, and so on and so forth. But again, here's his drawing right there, and here's mine. Okay, the nose starts just above the halfway line here, comes down here, about like that. Eye here. He calls this an arrowhead. That's a great description. And then a similar shape for the mouth, a shorter arrowhead for the mouth. And then join the upper lip with the nose. Let's review. And I don't want to stay on this particular Jack Hamm forever, but just enough. So draw this with me again. Divide into 4, divide into 4, divide into 4. Okay, I can remember this now. Okay, here we go. I'm going to draw light this time. Okay, you know, not bad. Let's try tracing it now. Behold how I'm changing my grip, right? So I've been using the sketch grip, now I'm going to the drawing grip. Let me stick up my tongue just a little bit. let's see if Jack Hamm's approach makes sense. I'm making slight modifications, but very slight. Pretty well following his. Let me pull that aside now and see how does that look. Let me go back to my approach to drawing ahead. This is the other Anatomy Masters video. Circle, divide in 4, lengthen by 1/3, cut there and there, eye here, nose here, ear here. Okay, which I think is somewhat simpler than his. So this is a formula worth knowing, and I think it's memorable. That's enough. Is that enough?